This is probably going to be like the 20th video you see about the Hunger Games movie review. And I figured, you know, I wasn't going to do this, and I was like, people are going to see plenty of people's reactions and what they think. And I enjoy watching people's reactions. Different people have different opinions, so I'm like, I'll make my own. So here it is. Here's my Hunger Games movie review. Before I begin though, you probably noticed a little bit of a change in my background. If you can see, there used to be a bare wall right here, but now there is another bookshelf that my lovely husband built me. And I'll give you kind of a brief little overview of it. It's just as tall as the other one. If you can see, they're all quite filled with trinkets and all that stuff. So, yeah. I know a lot of people have been asking you a bookshelf review or bookshelf tour. Not yet. Maybe soon. I feel like I don't have enough books to show you guys. But anyway, let's get on to the review. And I will be looking down a little bit because, you know, I've got my paper. I need to keep on topic. So, here we go. Okay, so I don't know where to really begin with this because this movie blew my mind. I know a lot of people kind of liked it, kind of didn't like it, but I loved it. I feel like it was just, it met all my expectations. It blew them out of the water, in fact. I did go to the midnight showing, and any book to movie adaptation, I usually try to go to the midnight showing because I feel like the loyal fans are there, and it's just people that really care about it are there, and it's just something, I don't know, it's like a little tradition I have. It's just something I like to do. Anyway, on to the movie. The casting I thought was great. Jennifer Lawrence, you beautiful, talented actress, you portrayed Katniss perfectly, I thought. Well, she portrayed Katniss, like she's actually gonna watch this. She portrayed her perfectly. I thought that she was strong, skilled, quiet, graceful. She just captured all the emotions that Katniss really is, and I really thought she did a phenomenal job. And I know she's a great actress already. I believe if she didn't win an Oscar, she was nominated for an Oscar, and then she was in that X-Men movie, which I loved. And, yeah. And, anyway, on to Josh Hutcherson, who played Peeta. Now, a lot of people are on the fence about this guy playing Peeta, but I adored him. I thought he sold me the perfect Peeta. In my mind, which everybody, when they read a book, has different takes on different characters. They may like him, they may hate him. I have loved Peeta since day one. I thought he was a sweet, caring boy who was strong, but his heart was one of the strongest features about him, which I loved about that. I love a gentleman. I love a guy who is quiet but like strong, not like deadly, but he's strong. Like he knows he's strong. And I thought, and to me, Peeta is the type of guy you love and you want to see succeed. And I felt that when I watched Josh Hutcherson, I wanted him to succeed. I wanted that guy. I wanted him to be perfect, and he's cute. And yeah, I thought he was a great Peeta. And everybody else was good too. I thought the perfect person was Gale, even though we didn't get to see him a lot, which is okay because I like Gale, but I don't like Gale as much as Peeta, okay? That's just me. I thought Cinna was great. I wish I would see more with Cinna though, but I know a lot of it, let's just face it, not everybody's going to be happy with book to movie. There's always going to be things we leave out. It cannot be perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but I thought it did a very good job of adapting and staying true to the book because Suzanne Collins wrote the screenplay, so it had to stay true to the book because she wrote it. But I mean, there's some things to change. I didn't mind the Mockingjay pin being represented to Katniss the way it did. I thought, you know, they had to move it to the movie and all that stuff. I thought that was totally fine. Anyway, as I was going on, Cinna was great. Rue was perfect, I thought. So was Haymitch. So was Effie Trinket. So was Caesar. Everybody was great in the role. There wasn't not one person I said, ugh, you are awful at this role. They were all good in my opinion. And was anybody else's stomach in a knot the entire movie? Mine, as soon as it started playing, my stomach went because I remember late at night I read this book. I can't remember exactly when I read it, which is awful because I read it maybe a couple years ago, something like that. But I remember staying up late at night, which I never do while reading, but this one kept me up. And my stomach was just so like in knots reading it because it was so intense, and it didn't really scare me. Well, it kind of scared me reading it. It was because it was just that intense of a book. But it just kept me on the edge of my seat, or bed, I guess. I don't know. But I just remember reading a very intense book and very intense feelings. My stomach was just always like hurting. And my stomach did not stop hurting until the movie was over. I know that sounds weird, but legit scared for Katniss in the book, and I was legit scared for her in the movie, even though I knew what was gonna happen. It was just, it was, I don't know. And another thing is, I'm just gonna this is going to start getting rambling. The shaky cam. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I liked it because I felt like it helped you feel what Katniss was feeling. Now, I usually don't like shaky cams. I'm like, ugh, I don't feel like I need to throw up. But I felt like it was good in this movie because I felt like it just, you saw what Katniss was doing. Yes, it was somewhat of a struggle to see exactly what was going on. But overall, I thought like it added to the movie. I felt like, you know, I was Katniss and I was struggling and climbing all that stuff. Even with the whole, like where she was dazed or like having a hallucination. That was a really trippy scene, but I really thought that's how she felt. So I thought they portrayed it great. And for a second, guys, we're going to talk about Katniss and Peeta. If you don't like Katniss and Peeta, you should probably stop watching it here because I will gush and gush and gush. If you do like Katniss and Peeta, go on forth. Anyway, I love the Katniss and Peeta in this movie. I know the one in the book is kind of somewhat cheesy, but I like the way they portrayed it into the movie. It wasn't, you know, that I like the Hunger Games because love doesn't dominate the book, but it's a good part of the book. Does that make sense? Like, I call it a 70-30. 70% action, 30% romance. And I felt like the movie did just as good with that. And I've always been Team Peeta. Ever since I read the Hunger Games, I've always been Team Peeta. Never been Team Gale, not once. Now, I know there are tons of you Gale lovers out there, and that's awesome. If you like Gale, that's totally cool. Don't think I'm harping on that at all. I just love Peeta and Katniss. I do. And I think the reason for that is because Katniss is rough. She's rough around the edges. She's somewhat hopeless. She's always like, she has like the weight of the world on her shoulders. I feel like that's how she feels. She has just, you know, I don't want to say she's a dark person, but she's got a darkness around her because she's had so much happen to her, and she's got to worry about her sister and her mom and Gale and his family, and now the whole entire people, when the book 2 comes, she's got to worry about that. So it's just hard for her, and it's hard because she's a strong character, but you can emanate the sadness coming from her as well. Now, Peeta is somewhat the opposite of that. He is a charmer. He is a very hopeful individual. He will always, you know, try to do that thing. And I feel like they together are just perfect. I'm always a fan of opposites attract. Like me and my husband. I am totally loud and obnoxious and not afraid of what I say. He is quiet and somber and la. I think that just goes well together. Just like Katniss and Peeta. He brings the hope in there for her. He fills in the gaps. He brings light into her life. Does that make sense? At least that's the way I see it. Now, other people could see it totally different, and I'm totally okay with that. This is just the way I see it. He's just a very sweet guy with loads of passion, and he loves Katniss for her, and I know Gale loves Katniss for her as well, but I feel like if Gale and Katniss were together, they're too similar. They're both very rough and fighting and, you know, have had that problem, and I don't feel like they would, you know, connect as well. And plus, Peeta has been through what Katniss has been through, so he can help her struggle with that. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like with Katniss, Peeta brings in the light and the beautifulness of her, and I love them. If you like Gale, that's totally amazing. Anyway, everything else was amazing. There's some things I wish I could see more of, like Katniss and Rue's relationship a little bit more, but I thought they did a great job in the time they did it. I thought that Haymitch, I was expecting him to be a little bit drunker. I know everybody else was too. Like, it wasn't, in the book I always thought he was literally drunk the whole time. But in the movie he just wasn't that drunk. But whatever, I know they have to keep it a movie and all that stuff. And I think they did well with the violence. They didn't have too much gore and stuff, but I thought that the intensity of the movie made up for it. So does that make sense? Like, I don't think it was that gory in the book either. It's been I didn't reread it. I should have, but I didn't. But I felt like just the intensity of it all just helped it remain very intense. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, that is my review. It could have been lame. It could have been awful. I'm sorry. That's just, I want to keep it very short. There's a lot more things I want to say, but I feel like I shouldn't because of time constrictions and all that stuff. Anyway, before I let you guys go, I will mention that I believe I am very close to 1,000 subscribers. Like, this close. I think I have almost 700 now, and I'm really itching to get to that 1,000. And the reason is because when I get to 1,000, I'm going to do a Q&A session of anything you guys want to know. Personal life, all that stuff, not stalkerish stuff, but anything you want to know. Why I read books, why I started reading books, what's my name, all that stuff. Or, you know, what I do, like anything at all. So when you guys get to that 1,000 subscribers, start even start leaving questions now. But everyone who is watching this, subscribe. Click it. It's right up here, I think. Or here. One of those. But subscribe because, I don't know, it's fun to subscribe to people and see their videos. But I'm trying to get there, so please everybody, get to me 1,000 subscribers. I would totally appreciate it. But if you guys have seen the Hunger Games movie, please let me know your thoughts. I would love to know your thoughts. If you hated it, that's okay too, because not everybody likes movies and not everybody, all that stuff. But anyway, oh, rating. I give this movie a 5 out of 5 because I felt like it completed it for me. Like I had no letdowns whatsoever. So, yeah. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought, and a great and beautiful day. Bye, guys.